Hello and welcome to the selection show for the 2012 USA Baseball National High School Invitational presented by Baseball America in the town of Cary. I'm Jake Failing. Over the course of the show, we'll take a look at the 16 storied high school programs that are competing in the event, and we'll get analysis from Baseball America writers Nathan Rowe and Connor Glassey as they look at the tournament's first round matchups. Before we get started, however, let's talk to representatives from USA Baseball in the town of Cary. And now we welcome in representatives from USA Baseball and the town of Cary. We'll start to my left, Paul Seiler, Executive Director, CEO of USA Baseball, and William Davis, Athletics Manager for the town of Cary. Paul, we'll start with you. USA Baseball has hosted a lot of events over the years here in Cary. What makes the NHSI special?
Well, it's just, Jake, it's a unique opportunity to engage the high school community. So when you look traditionally at the top programs in the country and the top athletes, many of them have participated on our 18U, 16U national teams. And this is just another really unique opportunity to bring those top programs in the country into one of the greatest venues that we believe in the country at our National Training Complex here to showcase not only those programs but those athletes as well.
And William, the town of Cary was recently named a championship city by the NCAA. You guys host a lot of premier amateur events. Talk a little bit about what it means to host the premier high school baseball tournament in the country now.
Well, the town saw it as a priority and built this phenomenal facility, and we manage this facility and some other ones as well. And it's been great to reach out to the college world through the Championship City program. But this is a way to really get into the national high school area.
Great. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for hosting us. And now we're going to talk to Charlie Spivey, head coach of Lee County High School. Lee County is serving as the host high school in North Carolina for the NHSI. Now we're joined by Charlie Spivey, head coach of Lee County High School, which is the host high school for the event. Welcome to the show, Coach Spivey.
Thanks, Jake.
Good to see you. What does this mean to your program to be involved in this inaugural event?
It's an extreme honor for our program, and it can't do anything but help us. And we're excited about playing against the nation's best, and also excited about playing on one of the finest facilities around.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck. Great to see you.
Thanks, Jake.
Well, gentlemen, this is it. This is the new trophy for the NHSI. It's what everybody will be playing for in March. And with that, we want to welcome in Connor Glassey and Nathan Rowe, two esteemed writers for Baseball America, a leader in amateur baseball coverage based in Durham, which is where USA Baseball is. You guys ready to talk about the brackets?
Absolutely, let's do it.
All right, well, we'll start with Pod 1, Game 1. We've got American Heritage out of Florida versus Oxford High School in Alabama. Nathan, why don't you take this one for us?
This is a great matchup to start off with because you got American Heritage, who's been a perennial power since 2008 when they won a state and national title. They come in this season with several Division I prospects, mostly of which are on the mound, which is essential to any team that wants to get through a tournament. But you also have Oxford on the other side with a group of leaders, senior leaders known as the Core Four, led by Tucker Simpson, who is a two-way threat, big power guy at the plate, as well as a power arm on the mound, and Matthew Goodson, who brings an interesting power-speed combination to the table.
We're now joined by Oxford High School head coach Wes Brooks. Coach Brooks, welcome. What was your reaction when you got the invitation to the NHSI?
Thanks for the opportunity. I mean, you guys contacted me a year ago today, it seems like, and or maybe a little later in February. But just to have the invite and the thought this time last year to play in this tournament this year was amazing. And I was definitely overwhelmed at the beginning. And it's really nothing, and I tell everybody it's nothing I did to contact y'all to see if we could play. It's all about those kids and those players, what they've done in years past, and you guys doing what you do to recognize all the individual athletes.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate it. Best of luck in the tournament, and we'll see you in Cary. And away we go, guys. One game in the books. Why don't we just move right along to Pod 1, Game 2. Connor, we'll go to you for some analysis. We've got Brookwood High School out of Georgia versus Highlands Ranch High School in Colorado. Connor, take it away.
Yeah, this is going to be a great matchup. Brookwood is a perennial contender in Georgia under head coach Rick Howard. The Broncos have been to the state tournament the last 7 years, and even though the team lost 14 players from last year, they're still going to be strong because they have right-hander Luke Sims on the mound, and he's committed to Clemson. On the other hand, Highlands Ranch has been to the playoffs the last 5 years, and they have 8 starters returning from last year's team, including right-hander Ryan Burr, who's committed to Arizona State.
Well, speaking of Luke Sims, we're actually joined by Mr. Sims here on Skype. Luke, welcome to the program. What was your reaction when you first found out that your high school would be playing in the NHSI?
I was so excited. Seeing some of the competition we were going to be playing against, and a bunch of players I played with this summer from all over the nation. So I'm always down for the best competition, so I'm excited.
All right, Luke, so a better question is there any extra incentive with Parkview, also from Georgia, being in the tournament?
Oh, yeah. You know, with them being right down the road and being in front of a big crowd or whatnot, being able to smoke them in another state, that'd be just as good.
All right, Luke, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in Cary soon. Now we move on to Pod 2, and this is Pod 2, Game 3, gentlemen. We've got Harvard-Westlake in California versus Russell County High School in Alabama. Nathan, why don't you give us some analysis of this first-round matchup?
Well, it's easy to consider Harvard-Westlake one of the favorites in this tournament because just in their pitching staff, they have two potential first-round picks, Lucas Giolito and Max Fried. But they also have a strong offense among their underclassmen. But they can't sleep on a team like Russell County, a team that has a rich history in their program, and they are very well coached by Tony Rasmus.
Now, you mentioned Lucas Giolito, one of the top prospects in the upcoming draft. We spoke with Lucas last week, and this is what he had to say about the event.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool because I have been talking to some of the players that are on the teams throughout the different parts of the country that I met through all these things I did over summer. So we're all looking forward to it. It's like, oh, you know, see you in North Carolina again. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be it's going to be a challenge for our team, but I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, gentlemen, now we're at Pod 2, Game 4. We're going to go back to Connor for some analysis. We start off with Parkview High School in Georgia, and they will be facing George Washington High School out of New York. Connor, take it away.
Well, Parkview finished last year ranked 18th in the country after winning Georgia's 5A state championship, and that team returns most of its starters, including slugging first baseman Matt Olson. George Washington is best known as the high school that produced Manny Ramirez, and that team has 18 starters back from a 22-0 season after winning a city championship.
Great, thanks, Connor. We caught up with Parkview head coach Chan Brown at the ABCA convention in Anaheim, and here's what he had to say about the event.
You know, our expectation is we hope that we can go out there and show people, hopefully, that Parkview baseball can play on a national level still.
Gentlemen, moving right along to Pod 3, Game 5. Columbus High School in Georgia will take on Orange Lutheran High School in California. Nathan, we'll swing it to you for some analysis here.
Well, right away, Columbus High School, they are no strangers to playing in big games. The program's history has 10 state titles, and 4 of the players from this year's team won a Little League World Series back in 2006. Orange Lutheran has several D1 commitments on their squad, and they come from the ultra-competitive Trinity League out of Southern California.
Thanks, Nathan. We caught up with Orange Lutheran head coach Eric Borba recently, and this is what he had to say about his invitation to the NHSI.
Obviously, playing in the Trinity League here in Orange County, we feel like we play against some of the best competition there is in the country, and it's nice to get the opportunity in high school to go out and play against these other teams that you read about and just see really how we match up with those guys.
Okay, guys, now on to the second game of Pod 3. That's game number 6. Sarasota High School in Florida will take on Lee County High School in North Carolina, just a short drive down the road. They're the host high school for the tournament, like we described earlier. Nathan, why don't you talk about this one for us?
Well, Sarasota may be without their ace left-hander Dylan White. However, this game will be a very well-played game as both teams have a very rich history and veteran coaches leading them. So if you're looking for a game with well-played fundamental baseball, this is where to be.
And now we welcome back in Charlie Spivey, head coach of Lee County High School. Coach Spivey, you just found out that you're going to play Sarasota out of Florida in the first round. What's your knee-jerk reaction?
Excited. One of the most storied programs in the nation. 8 state championships, 1 national championship in their history, and got some great players and a great coaching staff. So it only can make us better playing a team like that.
All right, Connor and Nathan, this is the last pod. Pod 4, Game 7. We've got Modern Day in California, and they'll be taking on Bishop Gorman in Nevada. Connor, can you give us some analysis on this first round matchup?
Sure, I'll start off with Bishop Gorman because they're coming off their 6th consecutive Nevada 4A state championship. The Gales have 5 seniors committed to Division I programs, and they're led by two-way threat Joey Gallo, who hit 25 home runs last year and also got his fastball up to 95 miles an hour this summer. Mater Dei returned 7 starters from a team that went 24-6 last year and won a Trinity League title. Their middle of the order is also potent because they have Ty Moore and catcher Jeremy Martinez.
All right, Connor, one of the players that you said we should look out for in this matchup is catcher Jeremy Martinez. Now, we've got the Power Chalk Telestrator here, and if you can, break down his swing for us.
Sure, he's fun to analyze because his swing looks really familiar. The first thing you'll notice about his stance is that it's very similar to Albert Pujols. Once his swing gets going and he gets into this launch position, as you'll see here, that's a good, powerful position. And when you combine that with his balance, strength, and bat speed, it's easy to see why he projects to hit for above average power.
All right, guys, this is it. Pod 4, Game 8. We start off with Gulliver Prep in Florida, and they'll be taking on Corpus Christi Carroll in Texas. Connor, can you give us some analysis of this matchup?
Yeah, Gulliver Prep is nicknamed the Raiders, but they may as well be nicknamed the Hurricanes because 4 seniors are committed to Miami, and they also have catcher Chris Chinea, who's going to LSU. Carroll shocked the state of Texas in 2010 by winning a 5A state championship, and those players were all sophomores. Well, now they're all seniors, and they're led by intimidating two-way threat Courtney Hawkins, who's going to Texas.
All right, Nathan, one of the players that we're supposed to watch in this matchup is Courtney Hawkins. We're going to go back to the Power Chalk Telestrator, and please walk us through his swing.
Absolutely. Well, Courtney Hawkins is one of the most improved players we've seen over the last several months. And as you can see in this particular swing, he has a little bit room for growth as his head and eye level drops because of his stride length. However, he does a good job of keeping his eyes down the barrel of the bat, and because of this tremendous strength in his wrist and forearms, he can hit the ball with authority to all fields.
All right, guys, we've taken a look at all of the first-round matchups now, and behind us we've got the whole bracket. Pretty impressive group of 16 teams.
It sure is. I mean, on the left side, you've got Brookwood and Parkview, who are rivals in Georgia, and it'd be fun to see them match up in the semifinal game, but they're both going to have tough roads to get there, having to go through American Heritage, Harvard-Westlake stud pitching staff, both teams from Alabama, and then George Washington and Highlands Ranch, who both feature players in Baseball America's top 100.
Same is true on the right side of the bracket. You have actually league rivals, Orange Lutheran and Mater Dei, coming out of the Trinity League in Southern California, one of the toughest conferences we see in the entire country. But they also have a tough road, with teams like Columbus out of Georgia, Sarasota out of Florida, Bishop Gorman, Gulliver Prep, Corpus Christi Carroll. It's just a loaded bracket with a lot of good baseball.
Well, great analysis throughout, guys. Do you have any final thoughts for us?
Yeah, I mean, for me, covering the draft at Baseball America, I am excited to have this unprecedented opportunity to have so many of the, the top players in this year's high school class coming out here and playing in one place, and I know scouts are as well.
And for me, as being the chair for the National Ranking Committee, having top programs like this coming in, playing themselves, playing the top competition in the country, it's a great opportunity for me to see the best teams and have implications on our rankings.
Well, it sounds like you guys are excited, and I know we are at USA Baseball, and we hope you guys at home are excited as well. That does it for our show today. We want to thank you for watching the bracket selection show for the 2012 USA Baseball National High School Invitational. For more information, please visit usabaseball.com, and we hope to see all of you in March in Cary.